Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the /sthg/ podcast, recorded at 5 p.m. BST in June 6, 2020. We are currently waiting for Anons to join. Please wait and enjoy the music.
Hello. How are you doing? Are you there?
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Yeah. Like I said, fulfilling my update cameo to be in every episode just before I leave for the drive-in. Hi, Spittle. Hi, Totem. Bye,
Oh,
Spittle.
hello.
Bye, Totem.
Bye. Enjoy the movie.
I wasn't in the last couple of ones because of shitty internet connection, and I wasn't in the last one because I thought today was Friday. I forgot yesterday was Friday.
Oh, it happens to all of us. It's really because this whole coronavirus thing. I'm losing track of the days.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to have you back.
Thanks.
And it was nice to have a little cameo from Mood Spirit. Even if he is going to see the movie right now, but it was nice of him to hop in, make sure he's in every single episode.
I should really catch up with the last episodes. What did I miss?
You left after Mimic Tag, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but might have.
Yeah, I think your last episode was Mimic Tag. So you don't really miss much. There's nothing too exciting. It's same old conversations, about game design and just the franchise in general. I think every time, like these Saturday ones, these Saturday recordings, I think they're always going to be kind of the more relaxed ones than the Friday ones, because more people show up for the Friday ones, I feel like.
So the Saturday ones are more calmer.
Yeah, Saturday ones are, because maybe it's because like everyone's like tired from last night, so they don't really want to show up again.
Yeah, it's 1 in the morning for me.
That too. So wait, if it's 1 in the morning, so is it like super early in the morning on the Friday recordings?
Yeah.
So did you wake up this morning thinking it was Saturday, or thinking it was Friday, and you woke up for nothing?
Insomnia.
Is that what happens? Oh well.
Been dealing with it for quite a while now.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Nothing.
You can tell me, it's alright.
What is there to talk about?
This is a very dry period in the franchise. I feel like this is gonna be kind of remembered in future as like a really drought.
A drought.
Content. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the drought. Hold on, I'm gonna check the Wikipedia timeline, or even if there is a Wikipedia timeline. Games. Let me see if there's any other big droughts.
I don't think there really is. Maybe between Adventure and 3 and Knuckles. But
There was still some things like
I think 3D Blast came out then, but I don't really know too much about it.
Let me check the release date. Came out in 1996, 2 years before Adventure.
So yeah, there's a little dry period.
Sonic R came out in 1997.
Oh, so there's a 5-year gap. Yeah, if I'm understanding you correct, right?
Hmm.
A 5-year gap in content.
Three came out in 1994, while Adventure came out in 1998. So like there was 4 years between two mainline Sonic games. But there were a bunch of spin-offs like Sonic the Fighters and Sonic 3D Blast.
Yeah,
Ricky's Island, as we know it.
I guess
Yeah.
it wasn't that bad. I mean, we got TSR, which was pretty forgettable. I only played, or I didn't play it at all. But yeah, I think definitely this is probably the longest dry period because they had spin-offs in the previous dry periods, but now we only have one spin-off, and it's not very remarkable. I guess you can make the case that actually the rest of the spin-offs weren't remarkable either, but
Wait, are you talking about TSR?
yeah, I'm talking about TSR.
Yeah, the racing games. I think R is how a Sonic racing game should be handled in the future. But the problem with R itself was it was extremely unbalanced. If you picked some of the robot characters, then you pretty much had no chance of winning because you had to go up against Super Sonic, who almost always won. And if you picked the starting characters, you were stuck with other starting characters, meaning you couldn't race against the extras. And in multiplayer, Super Sonic vs. Amy is the biggest joke that can happen.
Yeah, honestly, I've said this before, but I'll say it again, because I really like iterating it. I feel like Riders was the best form. Like, I don't think you can get any better than Riders. I don't know. It's maybe because it was like one of my first games of the franchise, but it was just so, like, I could play it for I played it like earlier today. It was so good. I don't know.
I haven't tried Riders. Should I try it out?
I honestly don't know. I mean, I think if you really want to commit to it, because the problem with Riders is that it has a bit of a learning curve.
Is it a bit gimmicky?
Yeah, it's very gimmicky. Like, you can run out gas and stuff. So you have to do tricks, and sometimes it can be... If you don't know what you're doing, I can see how it can be very frustrating. But if you want to, like, power through it, or, like, do it for a friend, then I feel like it'd be very worth it.
Anyway, one of my first Sonic games was Shadow, and I'm honestly surprised why I'm still a fan of the series.
Yeah, you're talking to another Shadow guy. That was another one of the first ones I had. Yeah, a lot of people call that game very cringe and got a lot of names. And maybe they're right.
In fact, when it was first revealed, people thought it was a joke.
Yeah, I mean, the reveal trailer isn't very...
In fact, I believe the starting minutes of the reveal trailer were just showing clips of Sonic 1 and then Sonic Adventure and then just shooting it.
Yeah,
They shown themselves shooting their own franchise's legacy in the face.
Yeah, so definitely there's a few mistakes made.
The reveal trailer should have been a bit like showing bits of the opening cutscene or just Shadow. Imagine this, just seeing Shadow on the hill and then suddenly the aliens fall. Or that, like the opening in cutscene. Obviously shorter. Shortened down.
I just want to say this real quick. That opening cutscene was like the craziest, coolest thing I've ever seen at that time. Like seeing him like ride a motorcycle and shoot a gun and like kill Sonic. It was amazing.
Oh, the opening movie. I meant the opening cutscene, like when
when
first
the newspaper
talks to
hits his leg or something. Or when Maria gets shot.
Where newspaper hits his leg. I believe the Maria part is a flashback in that same cutscene. After it shows bits of the opening cutscene, after the aliens fall down and Black Doom appears, it'd probably cut to the gameplay of guns probably with music intensifying.
Yeah, I mean,
It'd make the trailer a lot less, well, silly.
definitely. Yeah. the trailer was definitely. It was too grunge and
Over the
classic
top.
2000.
Yeah.
But
The gunplay was pretty solid though, I'll give it that.
I mean, you said that you're surprised that you're a fan because of that game. But I feel like the only reason I am a fan is because of that game. Because it just, even though I never played the Venture, like I saw all the characters in the quote unquote lore. I mean that's stuff that you get really autistic about. And that's the kind of stuff that's the kind of stuff you write fan fiction about. And all manners of other things.
We're united as true blue autists.
Definitely.
Anyway, everyone always complains about the barrel in Carnival Night, but when I played it with I got past it on my first try. But do you want to know what I did get stuck on?
What's that?
Ice Cap. The infinite fall. I just couldn't get the hint to jump off the slope and get onto a platform. Hold on.
Yeah, there's definitely frustrating moments I won't deny. But yeah. I don't think, if I'm being 100% honest, I don't know because I played a lot of those games with my brother, so I'm not 100% sure I ever truly completed. No, I definitely completed one ending, but I don't know how far I've gotten, like played through the whole thing, and I never got assistance from or I'm just playing by myself. Yeah, I don't know if I ever did that just solo, because it was always with my brother I played the game. So
I have a Adventure 1 installed on my Steam library, but I haven't been playing it due to my copy of the game having audio issues. Like, sometimes the voices and sounds cut out. Just don't know why.
Really? On Steam?
Yeah, Steam. I also have Generations installed, but because I'm using a specific controller, Sonic just always goes to the left.
Is it PS4 controller?
No, it's a Nintendo controller.
Oh. Well, I was gonna suggest if it was a PS4 controller, then I would get DS4.
Pretty sure I have.
But if it's a Nintendo,
Pretty sure I can install something to get it. It's different.
Yeah, I think because Microsoft or Windows is always trying to get you to use an Xbox controller. But there's probably a program you can install to pretend the Nintendo controller is an Xbox controller.
Yeah. So, yeah. Not many people seem to be here.
Oh, I like this. This is very. It's more of a one-on-one thing. It's more it's intimate, you know. Now we can get solid conversations. I actually think this is the first time since the first episode that's it's just been on two people. So yeah.
I'm sorry, it's just been what?
This is the first time since the first episode that
Yeah,
it's been only two people.
Huh. Bring in the text to speech.
Oh yeah, I'm starting to do little intros with text to speech, because sometimes I'm not there for like the last one. I wasn't there for like the first like couple minutes, and surprisingly no one showed up, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, I put a little text to speech, and it was fun.
Yeah. So, what series do you like that aren't so? Well, I know it's kind of weird to discuss things that aren't so on the sthg Sonic the Hedgehog general
No,
podcast or.
it's fine.
But,
I'm gonna be very careful about this, but I gotta be 100% honest. I really enjoyed the Call of Duty series. I know it's very zoomer, but it's something like, I know it's yearly and it's very factory made, but it's like a factory in America. It's pretty, stuff is pretty well made, especially with the newest release, the Modern Warfare one. It's like,
yeah.
I don't want to sound like I'm like paid to advertise this, but it's like every day. Yeah, exactly. But every time I log in or turn on my open application, it's just like I get free stuff, and I like a lot of the stuff that usually you unlock through like crates or like microtransactions, you just unlock like randomly in the game, or not randomly, but you do challenges, but the challenges are so easy that you accidentally unlock the guns. So it's just like a bunch of that stuff.
So it's one of those things you just get without even paying attention to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, some of the stuff is harder but it's just like it's things like get 15 kills while standing by smoke 30 times, and that stuff just happens automatically. You're like, oh, guess I got a free gun.
Yeah, it's things like that. They sound specific, like Jesus bloody Christ, how am I gonna do this? But you just end up doing it without even realizing it.
Yeah, I kind of, yeah. And also the campaign's kind of fun to replay a little bit. There's a couple cool missions. What about you? Do you have any favorite franchises other than the one discussed?
I believe I brought this up before, but I'm kind of a Mega Man fan.
Oh yeah, I actually don't know. What do you enjoy about Mega Man?
I just really like the concept of I really like his copy ability and the solid gameplay. Like, you only have really two options most of the time, to either jump or shoot. Simple but effective. And I also like the copy abilities. Some copy abilities are just fun to use, like the hold on, there's one in Mega Man 10 I liked a lot.
Did a recent Mega Man come out?
Yeah, Mega Man 11.
Is it good or is it a disappointment?
I haven't tried it yet.
Are you planning on, or do you know if like the reviews are good or bad?
Pretty sure it's positive.
That's good.
I believe the weapon is called Water Shield. It basically just puts a bunch of bubbles around you, and it's one of my favorite shield weapons in the series because it stays there and basically a bunch of bubbles surround you, and these bubbles damage people. If you press the attack button, they all just shoot out.
Huh. So you said that you like Mega Man because you only have two options most of the time. So
Jump and shoot.
Jump and shoot. And like, do you have can you explain like how that's a good thing? Because some may say that's too simplistic.
I think it's simple but effective because it makes more focus into the level design than the mechanics. With your moveset being so simple, they have to focus most of their ideas into the levels themselves rather than fancy mechanics and things like that.
I see.
Each stage still has some gimmick, like Quick Man and with the lasers, but the simplistic gameplay is just nice. And I've never really tried out Mega Man X. I had this weird. It's weird. I had no trouble going from classic Sonic to modern Sonic, but or in this case, modern Sonic to classic Sonic, but I feel somewhat reluctant to try Mega Man X.
Can you understand why?
I don't know. I just never been that interested. I should give it a shot, but I just haven't.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little hard to get into. Sometimes you just take a break from a game and it's hard to get back into it.
Yeah. There's this one game I took a massive break from, and when I came back, I was pretty much confused.
What game is that?
Basically, it's split up among a bunch of different private servers now.
But what is the game?
Some old Disney MO from 2003, and
Toontown?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice. I think I used to play that a little bit. It's now it only exists as Toontown rewritten, right?
And now there's multiple private servers there, but rewritten is the most popular. One released somewhat recently and got a bunch of traction, but it magically faded into existence and only gets like 250 players a day now.
Oh, well, I mean, I would think 250 for a server is pretty good. I think. I guess maybe not.
Yeah, but the one problem is, I don't know if there's actual name, but I'm just going to call it the misguided scope. So, the developer thinks that they can get this amount of players for their project. So, they design the game around that. In this case, there's things like buildings and you basically have to get teams and work together to do things.
Oh, we got and I just realized a non-join.
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm
Hello.
sorry.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Well, it's good to have you here. Anyway, Spindle or Anon. Continue. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Anyway, continuing with this thing I call the improper scope, I forgot. Basically, they design around a certain amount of players that they think they can get. But the problem lies on how correct that estimate is. If they undershoot their estimate, then their servers can get overwhelmed and flooded, so to say. But if they overestimate it, then well, things that require you to work together will just get impossible to do because they expected lots of people to be here, but they only got like a fraction of it.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest problems.
So now with Corporate Clash, your only options are to get a bunch of friends or reach out to their Discord.
Yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing that prevents people from doing like like you can't really design a game to be like, oh, where everyone's gonna have these epic battles, because in like 2 years time, or like even the first couple weeks, you need all those people to do those cool battles. But if there's no one there, then it's just like...
Yeah, and if some of them quit then it's gonna go downhill.
Or like, a better example would be like a battle royale that has one player in it. It's like,
yeah.
You need the 100 other players to make it fun. Or 100 other bots. So that's one of the, like you said, one of the biggest things.
Yeah. since we've spent some time off of Sonic, let's go back onto Sonic.
It's a good idea. Your favorite character?
Tails.
Tails? How much do you like Tails? Just out of curiosity.
I really like how he was portrayed in the adventure games, but I think it's not a very original thing to say, but I goddamn hate his new self. He's just a kid on his iPad now, and he just exists to read and Sonic Colors was one of the worst examples, because if you could pretty much just cut him out the story and nothing would change. He just exists to tell ha funnies.
Yeah.
Like
Cool Cat just
ice
joined, by the
cream.
way. Anon, where
Ice cream is funny because compared to tractor beam, it isn't effective.
yeah,
Therefore, ice cream is funny.
yeah, those things can definitely be annoying. But
I'm okay with jokes, I'm okay with jokes even in serious settings because humans use comedy to cope with situations. But if something like Forces happens where the story tries to take itself seriously, but the characters in it don't, then
yeah, it becomes very. Yeah, you get a very you get Forces.
yeah.
But we got Cool Cat just joined. Like Anon just joined, so I appreciate you being here, Cool Cat.
Well, I can't tell you who my favorite character is, but I can tell you I don't like Blaze, because she's the hot cat, and I'm the cool cat.
Couldn't agree more. That was a little unexpected, but yeah.
What's this?
Actually, I don't really agree with that, Cool Cat, because I think Blaze is actually pretty. I don't know. I like Blaze in every kind of. I think she's a really nice character. She's also kind of cute, so there's that.
Yeah, I like her too.
Ooh, is that your favorite character?
She would probably be one of my favorite female characters, if not my favorite female character. But my favorite character is pretty unoriginal. It's just Sonic. I really like him a lot.
Is that what got you into the series? Just seeing Sonic, or was it something else?
Yeah, it was mainly Sonic himself. I really liked him a lot.
It's pretty understandable. He's a pretty cool guy. What about you, Cool Cat? What was your favorite, or what got you into the series actually?
My favorite, Daddy Derek. He showed me all the games.
Daddy Derek isn't a Sonic character, Cool Cat.
No, but he's my Daddy Derek.
Good reasoning. Good reasoning. What about your favorite character?
That's gonna be a tough one. I didn't think about that one.
Stupid shit like this is what makes me laugh.
It's good. It's good.
Anyway, myself, I consider Sonic one of the less interesting characters in the series because, in my opinion, he's just kind of flat compared to other characters.
Well, yeah, I understand. It's funny because I don't always like the main character. Like, the main character isn't always my favorite, but it's just this time I just really like Sonic.
Right?
Do you have a favorite version of Sonic, or is it just the whole thing in general?
It's generally the whole thing. Like, Sonic wouldn't normally be like my go-to like trope. Like a go-to, I don't know how to explain it, like a go-to trope. I like other kind of like tropes better, or other characterizations better. I kind of like the more like the shy, like nerdy characters more. But for Sonic, I'm just drawn to him.
Do you aspire to be like Sonic, or
In a way.
in a way?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think he's a
Only
good.
his
Free spirit.
better qualities.
I'm sorry, what was
You don't
that?
want- Only like his better qualities. You don't want to be like too arrogant like him. I don't want to be arrogant like him, but
Mm-hmm.
you know.
But you want to be like his live free lifestyle,
Yeah, it's admirable in a way.
or confident.
Confidence especially.
I never got your favorite character, Cool Cat.
Mhm.
Well, Cool Cat has shot himself.
Is he gone? No, he's still here. It's fine. He's probably he's getting more Mountain Dew. Yeah.
Shows that you.
Well, if I had to pick a Sonic character, I think say it was Dr. Eggman, because he's so funny. I just love thinking about him.
Does he remind you of Daddy Derek?
No, Daddy Derek is much different.
How so?
Well, you ever seen that movie that I made, Cool Cat Saves the Kids?
Of course.
My
Oh,
Daddy
no,
Derek is
a
all over
gun.
that movie.
Mhm. I never heard of it before. Sorry.
It's a masterpiece in film, but it also has good morals.
Hmm.
I wouldn't call it a film, I'd call it a thing. I'd just call it a masterpiece, not a film.
It's more of an art. It's like looking at the Mona Lisa.
Oh.
It's like looking at a painted brick that's pretty. The
Brick?
pretty colours drive my autism up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a rock that people paint on.
Hmm.
I kind of want Marine back.
Yeah, she kind of happened and she was gone. She never really made any of their appearance. I don't think she's even on the channel website.
Now,
Marine is canonically dead. They skinned her alive and the Miz wore her fur as a suit in the Olympic 2016 Rio Games. They killed fucking Marine.
Yeah, Styx is wearing.
Are you
the
sure
skin.
Sega even remembers she exists? I'm pretty
probably
sure if you were to
don't.
show her to Sega, they'd think she was just a prototype of Styx.
Nah. In fact, I'm pretty sure they completely forgot Marine existed when designing Styx and were completely caught off guard when people thought Styx was Marine.
I mean, I kind of did myself.
It's like, sir, sir, our fans are comparing our new character to an old character, and the boss is just like, what the fuck? I thought this was an original character design.
Yeah, it must have been some show.
Boss, apparently we plagiarized our own character. Did we even make that character? Actually, it was Dimps who made her person. And I don't care!
That's actually kind of curious because I'm wondering. So, how does that whole how much does Sega own those characters? Because they must own Blaze, but because they were made by Dimps. Because I know that they
Pretty
don't
sure-
own the comic characters, but they kind of own the comic characters. You know, like
They definitely own the comic characters now.
Except for things like Pandas.
But
Pandas.
that was because they were made under a license. You see, Dimps made those games specifically for Sega. Sega published them. They were basically a hired gun for Sega.
Actually,
not
I
a
believe
third party with a
Sega
license.
themselves designed Blaze and Marine. I'm not sure on that, but think about
Oh
that.
no, Sega definitely designed those two.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just getting like a feeling that because Rush and 06 were kind of coming out in the same time frame, or they were being made in the same time frame.
They just put Blaze in because Rush was successful. They didn't care to look back on.
I think like what I'm suggesting is that they were probably Blaze was probably drawn up. It's likely that Blaze was drawn up for 06 and Rush at the same time, because Rush is a relatively simpler game. It came out earlier, and
Rush came out on the same day as Shadow, actually.
Oh really? Okay, well I don't know what I'm talking about.
Which was like a year before 06.
I thought they were closer, but anyway, I'll go with it anyway. Anyway, what I'm saying is that it's likely that Marine was actually an afterthought, while Blaze was sort of like a shared idea. So maybe that's a reason. I guess that doesn't really make a lot of sense since Nega is still around, but he was pretty much made in the same area. So I don't really know what I'm talking about, but
yeah, it was basically just a retextured Eggman. And actually, calling Marie's textured Eggman may be a little bit much. He has cool glasses shades. Who wants to bet they wanted to call him? Who wants to bet they just simply wanted to call him Nega before they realized how bad that would be in English?
yeah, I'm still kind of confused.
Well, I think the truth about Marine is she's just built to be a one-shot character. I don't think she's ever gonna have any more important appearances. Just like Lumina Flowlight, and just like, oh, what about that Chip guy? Oh man, I love Chip. I think he might be my favorite Sonic character. But yeah, I think they're all one-shots.
Yeah, that's
And Sega doesn't want to use them again.
Have you guys seen the recent 15th anniversary Sonic Channel shirt?
No.
Oh, that has like
It had a
2006
lot
gonna
of
be a
the
great year.
characters in it, but like, I'm sorry.
What was about the shirt?
Well, they had a lot of the characters on it, but they didn't have all the characters that they listed on the website. Like, they're missing like Marine and Chip and Werehog and such, but they included pretty much the whole cast.
So you think that might be an indicator of what Sega considers characters that they'll use again?
Well, I guess so. I just don't understand why they have a lot of them, but not all of them. Because I'm pretty sure Styx wasn't on the shirt. Six wasn't on the shirt.
Well, it's a
Rain
good.
wasn't on the
It's a good.
shirt.
I mean, they can only fit so many characters on one shirt, and there's many.
Yeah, that's understandable. Let me see if I can find the shirt again.
Hold on. I need to get something.
What would that be?
Remember this.
Did you just put something in the chat? Because I can't
Yeah.
see it after it goes away.
Should I repost it?
Please.
Oh, here it is.
I believe if you're going to criticize the creative content of others, bring a creative solution. I'm sure you're very aware. Very important engaging how
What's this
successful the
about?
game was in connecting with your audience.
Non, what is this video about?
Click it. You'll just. I think you should be able to recognize it.
Darn it.
Unfortunately, I don't.
Oh, it was basically just some guy who knew nothing about Sonic, trying to say to Sega how to. Wait, I'm sorry, I meant Sega on how to fix Sonic.
Oh, he
This
pronounced
was made in a.
I actually
This
think I
was-
do remember this a little bit.
It was made post Boom, so.
My favorite part is how he says that kids aren't the market for Sonic anymore. As though the adult fan base has been completely carrying the franchise.
Yeah. I definitely remember this now. I'll put it in the description, but I'll
How does he pronounce Eggman Nega then?
What was that?
One of the comments in this video says it best. This is the kind of game designer that ruins the AAA gaming industry. He's not about making a product that provides enrichment and joy to the fans. He's all about charts, the demographics, and changes everything disregarding entirely what makes a product so heartfelt and good to fans. Basically, it's just like the. Basically, he looks at things like the Battle Royale trend and he thinks, yes, we need to do this because it is currently what is popular with the hip kids who use all the emojis and things like that.
Yeah. But I'll definitely give it a rewatch later today. Yeah, I mean, I remember it. It wasn't very well accepted either.
Yeah.
What are your guys' favorite villain or rival, including every single one?
My favorite rival for Sonic is Knuckles.
What about a villain?
Izuka is currently holding a gun to my head, so I must say Zavok.
Yeah, a good answer. You saved your life. Also, I see the
Please,
shirt you posted, Non. It's kind of curious because the shirt has Chow on it, but in place of another character.
Yeah, I didn't. Let's see. Wait a minute. I'm just trying to make sure. It seems like they don't have Wave or Storm either. It's an interesting choice.
But they have Jet, so I don't know.
Joking aside, I'm probably going to go for the safe choice and say my favorite villain is Eggman. He's pretty much the only character who hasn't been ruined. Even then, he's a shell of his former self, but it still fits, since he was always kind of this just psychotic man-child. He built a carnival all for himself on Angel Island.
Yeah. Yeah, Eggman is always going to stay pretty good, in my opinion, and yours, I guess. But for
Yeah,
me, I feel like for me the best rival was Jet. Again, this might be due to me really, really enjoying Riders. And
bias.
Yeah. But I don't know, just Jet's voice, and I really love Jet's voice. I think that's actually probably the main reason. I think he's so good. So, yeah. And for villain, it'd probably be, I don't know if you can consider Metal is a villain. You might consider that a rival, but I think he's probably.
I think he qualifies for a villain. He was the main villain of Sonic Heroes.
Yeah, and I don't think he never turned good. He never joined his side. So
I believe he had a consistent role in Sonic the Mobile Hog, aka Sonic 4.
Yeah.
Is Sonic 4 even canon?
Cool Cat just left, by the way. So.
Yeah, I noticed.
Shame.
Is 4 even canon?
I really don't think so.
I mean, they split it into two worlds, so I don't think 4 is canon.
Yeah.
But in Pre-Force's world, I think 4 would be canon, like somewhere after between Adventure and 3D Blast.
Yeah.
I think Pocket Adventure is actually I think if Two Worlds wasn't a thing, then Pocket Adventure would be the bridging point between modern and classic. Since it uses Sonic's modern design with some more classic proportions and still some classic colors.
I feel like that would make sense, yeah.
But no, Two Worlds. Please put that gun away from my head, Azuk. I promise I will Green Hill in some way in my real life. I will give you 10 Jew shekels for you to leave me alone.
Yeah. This might sound oh, there's like a picture or someone made a post. Maybe it was like an image that had like it was like mixing canons to explain the two worlds. He was just basically using all the stuff from Sonic X, the anime.
I haven't watched much X.
Yeah.
In fact, do you want to know something about shows that I personally dislike? I know it's needed, but I just personally dislike it because I just don't like it.
What's
I
that?
hate looking back and seeing characters meeting because seeing some of these characters meeting for the first time just makes me feel weird. I don't know why.
Are you talking about in Sonic X?
Sonic X is an example. I don't really like the first episode where Chris and Sonic first meet because, again, I know it's kind of necessary, but I just don't like it personally.
Yeah, Chris in general is I think the whole show would be way better Chris just got cut out a little bit, if entirely.
Why is Chris even made? Was he just made for people to just... Was he made as a self-insert character? For you to self-insert as?
I wonder if Chris Chan ever found himself in Chris. I guess he doesn't really look like him too much, but
it's kind of like wish fulfillment. Like you want to be in Chris's position to actually like meet Sonic and hang out with Sonic and that sort of thing.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure, speaking of Chris Chan, you know Liquid Chris?
Oh yeah, he became a doctor, you know, and he married...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's curing cancer now.
I think he also married one of the other girls in the arcs. It was the one that, like, I don't know, everyone hated her because she kept on ruining it, or she kept on trying to make Chris a better person. I forgot her name. But she was like the one that was trying to get Chris to stop being autistic, but...
Casey.
That might be it. I think that's it. He was like, yeah. She would like call Chris to like ask her to protect him, or her to protect, or him to protect her. I'm kind of disappointed that all those arcs, the CWC arcs, never panned out. It's because I was kind of while I was going on, I was kind of hoping that this would end like Chris going
pre-Christory.
Huh?
Let me just read every single one. Sagas. Pre-Christory. PVCC.
Oh yeah. Everything before that.
Hyden, Virginia Community College. Megan Schroeder. Adam Stackhouse. Encyclopedia Dramatica. Actually, Encyclopedia Dramatica is currently down, I believe. Pretty sure the only guy with a password to his site is in prison. Okay, continue. Blanco Weiss. The Game Place. Jimmy Hill. Clyde Cash. Panda Halo. Miyamoto. Julie. Ivy. Vanessa. Wikipedia. Liquid Krish. Krish? Asperachu. Tito. Dark Ages. Jackie. Calling Out. Renaissance. Catherine. Sonic Boom Protest, where he sprayed a guy but just because Sonic's arms were blue. Lady Managers. Jeff Francine. Pima. Doopy. Quinn. Transcendental Awakening. Idea Guys. Teen Troon Squad. Jacob. Sockness. Chris and Escapism. The first Exile, Fridays After 5. The second Exile, Destruction of Chris's House. And the soft Exile. The Love Quest, Transgender, Chris and Business, Financial Crisis, Dimensional Marriage. God, it's like I'm reading fiction, but then I realize it's real life. Most of this is...
My favorite was definitely Liquid Chris.
I never really paid attention to Chris Chan Extreme Law. What does during the Stone Age really mean?
Yeah, I guess being a Christorian isn't for everyone, but
Christorian is just a fancy way to say virgin.
yeah, I guess it's pretty. It's sometimes a little pathetic because well, I remember when that was happening. It was like I forgot the word for these guys, but it was just people like calling, or like 13-year-olds like calling Chris's dad or something and be like, check outside your window or something like that, and he would just be like, they would just be called out or something and stuff. And it was just like extremely.
Didn't a similar thing happen to Terry A. Davis?
Yeah, I know about him. What happened, or wait, there's many things that happened to him.
Yeah, he basically drove himself in. Basically, he didn't get the help he needed, and basically all the talent he had went to waste.
Yeah, he made his own Windows and Apple OS. He was crazy.
Temple OS.
Temple OS.
Loosefos. Sparrow OS. Anyway, reading on Twitter, Encyclopedia Dramatica is down because the admin is in jail and didn't give anyone the password. Apparently he's in jail for forgery.
What a shame.
Wait. Oh, he's in jail for hacking something. And I'm pretty sure most of the Encyclopedia Dramatica admins have went to prison, jail, whatever. Says by this guy that either 3 or 4 Encyclopedia Dramatica admins have went to jail.
I guess it's a dangerous business.
Oh, he's my miracle child. I've had 10 miscarriages. And I was
Hello.
have any more children.
Hi.
Hello.
What were the others in for? Being part of a hacker group and heroin.
Got arrested for heroin. So pretty curious.
There's just hacking and then there's heroin.
Oh, there's no like he wasn't selling it. He was just heroin.
Yeah.
I'm curious. What's hello, Axe. Accent.
Hey.
Oh.
That's everyone's favorite.
What were you guys talking about?
Nothing. Christian, Terry Davis.
Encyclopedia Dramatica. Basically just lol cows.
Yeah.
What is there to talk about?
So how are you doing, Max? It's like 3 a.m. for you probably right now, right?
Yeah, it's a much more reasonable time, I guess. It's 10 p.m.
Oh, that's good. Probably better than 2 in the morning.
Yeah, wait.
It's 2 in the morning for me.
Oh, shit.
What a shame. Well, we'll ask you the standard questions, I guess. Do you have any?
What school did you go to? What hood did you grow up in?
Do you have any favorite franchise other than the current one? the one in the general? Like, what other franchises do you enjoy?
What other franchises? I don't know. I mean, I like adventure games and shit like that, like Sam Mats, for example. Um, but I have to admit I'm not like much into games lately. I guess
Yeah.
the only things I play like for fun are sometimes games and other times just card games like PES. That's it.
Yeah, I think we're all in the low dry. We all sometimes run into a low dry period.
Pretty sure the only time we've ever had a drought in Sonic like this was the time between Sonic 3 and Sonic Adventure, and even then we had spin-offs like 3D Deep Blast and
Yeah, well, I guess that at the time Sonic was like a newborn franchise, so it wasn't like to be expected to have something new every 2 years or so. It's heavier now
Yeah.
because we got used to it on the 2000s. That's why it's heavier now.
Yeah, we got.
This is the thing.
Spoiled.
We want Sega to spend more time on the games, but we don't want to be kept in the dark. Just show us what you're working on. Just tell us something.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think that they're like the way that they say that they want to take more time between games and stuff. I don't think it is.
To butter us up.
Yeah, it's not because they are like not trying to rush games. I mean, they probably are because I remember that they delayed TSR. They were going to release it in a glitchy state. So I guess they kind of learned from their past mistakes, but at the same time, it doesn't equal. Like it's not like if you delay a game, it doesn't mean it's going to be great. Like Forces, for example.
Yeah, in fact, I believe Forces was in development for like 4 years. I think 3 years was spent on the engine, and 1 was spent on the game itself. Or was it 2 years spent on the engine? I forgot which.
Yeah. Well, with the problem with Forces, like the game.
It's not bad. It's just mediocre.
Yeah, it's just bad. It isn't glitchy. It's not terrible. It's just meh. You know.
The only redeeming quality was like the avatar maker.
Yeah.
That's the only part I liked of the game. And I'm pretty sure that's a pretty safe opinion to hold, that the avatar maker was one of the best parts of the game.
Yeah, it was a nice idea. The problem was the direction, I guess. There were many good ideas with Forces, and everyone was all hyped about it, but the execution wasn't very good.
Yeah, it's just a very big disappointment.
I know, right?
Especially Mania. That set our expectations higher than they were before. And not to mention the Sonic Twitter, because laughing at their past must mean they're going to improve their future titles, right? Right?
Alright, this is alright.
Now that I think about it, I feel like I almost from the last few years have been delayed except for Forces.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that Mania was delayed as well.
Yeah,
If I remember.
Mania's was delayed.
Mm.
Fire
And
Knife
even
was
then,
delayed.
I believe the Mania team still said that they didn't get enough time they wanted, and it kind of showed at the base game because a few stages lacked transitions.
Yeah. They fixed that in Plus, right? I never
Yeah,
played
but
Plus.
some of them still don't make sense. Like, how do you get from just some random platform in Lava Reef to Little Planet? Do you just jump off and run across the chain?
Yeah, like I guess you shouldn't think too much about that. The game is not very like story heavy, so I don't think why you should worry too much
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
one thing I have. I prefer free over Mania. And the other thing is Knuckles pathways. But Mania is kind of just lacking in story. It's better than 2 in terms of story, but doesn't hit as hard as 3. It's just go through these levels you've been in before.
Yeah, I mean Mania is all fluff and gameplay, but yeah, they lagged on the story part. But I mean, they compensated a lot with other things that
And
were kind
like
of
level design. In fact, do you want to know
yeah.
something I really like about the Sonic 1 mobile port showed that Taxman really knew how to design a level because in Marvel Act 3 there's a secret route only available to Knuckles, Tails, and Sonic with Tails. It's basically how I think Marble Zone should be designed because it's less stop and go and more actually using the gimmicks to give a more intense action feel. Because
Yeah, like
a
exploring, I
good
guess.
example is one point near the end. There's a pit of lava with a bunch of those little dropping platforms. Normally, you just wait for those to drop so you can slowly go up. But here, they're more used as platforms, and if you wait too much, they'll crush you. So you have to kind of be quick jumping from one to one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I wouldn't call Marble Zone the best Sonic stage because like you have to have some speed in your stage for it to be a good Sonic stage.
Yeah, Sonic 3 is, in my opinion, the best where it's handled, and Mania does it good too, because it
Yeah.
has multiple routes, which especially allows for replay value. Because hey, I've never been down here before. Maybe it'll give something. Maybe it'll show me something I've never seen. In fact, I still discover new things while playing Sonic 3.
I don't know about that. I played that game so many times. I don't think there's anything else I can find there. But it is like it really pushes you to keep playing the game even after you finish it until you
Yeah.
complete it 100%. And I had the same thing happen to me with Mania. I finished it and then I kept going until I had all the medals and shit.
I honestly hated collecting some of the medals because some of these blue sphere layers I just don't like, especially one returning from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I just didn't like that. But
Yeah, there are some tricky ones. Like there's one that you have to like backtrack after you collected a certain amount. So you have to like memorize the stage. It's tricky, but
or do
after
what I did and look up a map online.
oh, I can't remember the map. Like it is too fast. How can you like watch the map and then no, I had to like play it and memorize while playing. Otherwise, I couldn't have done it.
So yeah.
I wonder if they are going to keep doing like a 2D and a 3D game. Like I thought that was an interesting plan, you know, to make 2D games and then also 3D games, so you can keep them separate and maybe focus more on the 3D games. Don't make 2D sections and shit. But at the same time, I think about the game that is going to come now, and I think that they are going to keep doing it, keep doing the same thing they did before. That there are 2D sections and shit. I don't think that they are going to settle with making like two games. They're going to go with one, especially considering that like um, Whitehead is not working for Sega anymore. Like if he has his own studio and stuff.
Wait, did you mention Sonic Studio?
No, I meant Christian Whitehead is not working with Sega anymore. He has his own studio.
Oh. Yeah. I believe they split because of creative differences. In other words, man, you team, you go too far.
Yeah, pretty much.
But have you seen Sonic Studio?
I have seen it. It's a shame that the dude that is making it hasn't released a demo or anything like that. There's only teasers and shit. I think he wants to release the whole thing together.
Yeah.
It looks interesting, I guess. Um, I think about it and I say, man, this is something Sega could definitely sell. Like Nintendo sold the Mario Maker, but they're going to do it because they're letting this guy do the Sonic Studio shit. So that's not on Sega's plans.
I really want to mess around with Sonic Studio, but it's still in development.
Yeah, it's been for quite a while now.
10 years, I believe.
Really? That much? I don't know about that.
I think he said it was been on for 10 years.
Damn. That's some dedication.
Or did he say 2 years? Because
It's probably two because he's making the game based off of Mania, so I think it's probably two.
anyway, I really want to, as I said, I really want to mess around with it and see what's possible and what isn't possible, but no test builds are out for people.
Are they? Are they test builds out? You can play the game.
Yeah, I believe there's only one test build, and only Laffer Dev has access to it.
Oh, right.
Though on the bright side, he actually does. For how much time it's taking, he actually does seem to be working on it, unlike a certain someone. I, Ever X, humbly submit a toast to Nicholas Alexander for successfully managing to pirate Warcraft 3 so he may play Defense of the Ancients. Congratulations, Nick. Enjoy your Dota.
Wonderful. I guess you can count him as a special guest on the podcast.
Yeah, I'll put it in the description.
Yeah.
I don't even think we could get a hold of Lapidev.
If I had the opportunity, I would try. And I don't know, like,
He
if
probably
that,
doesn't want to be associated with us.
maybe not. I think thinking about it, because I've actually given this some thought. Yeah, it's like weird as it is. It's like as much of a fantasy as it is. If like if Yandere did like came in and was like, hey, I'll do your thing. I wonder how like the whole thing would play out with all the Anons coming in.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Lapidev, the guy who's making Sonic Studio.
No, I thought I misheard you. Because you made the Yandere Dev thing, but
Yeah.
I mean,
As I said, I don't think we could get a hold of Lapidev because Lapid probably doesn't want to be associated with us, but we could contact him on Twitter.
yeah.
I mean, who wants to be associated? Like, if they don't post in the threads, why would they want to come here? The only dev that you can contact is
GHP.
yeah, GHP, or I don't remember the name. The guy who's making the low poly game for Sage. I don't. He's an artist. I don't remember his name. But yeah.
I wonder how small the Sonic fan game community really is. What do you? How many of you want to bet at that? GHP has probably talked to Marky Jester.
Total what?
Who here wants to bet GHP has interacted with Marky Jester before?
Who are you? I don't know.
I only know
Talking about-
GHP in your question.
Marky Jester. I believe he's responsible for a lot of Sonic ROM hacks. Let me see. I think he's Hold on, is he? Yeah, he's responsible for. Have you heard of a ring ride?
No, I guess no.
No, I don't think so.
Basically, he's just a guy who does ROM hacks and things like that.
Well, I know that there is a fuckload of fan games and ROM hacks. Shit. If you ever start researching on fan games, there are a fucking lot. The problem is that most of them are like go unnoticed because they are too
Yeah,
many.
Sega might actually.
Too many. Yeah,
Sega might actually start trying to cut down on fan games because I believe Manchester United is trying to sue them because of.
Right, but that's well, that's a different thing because that's a modification, I guess, to a game. I don't think that hacking. I don't think that hacking old games is going to get prohibited. And the most modern games maybe because they have retail value, so they may be losing money. But besides that, I don't think that there should be an issue with it.
I do think they're going to shut down the Steam Workshop though, because if you look on there, you can see so many pirated ROMs. You can install. You know how Aladdin costs a lot on Steam? Well, you can install Ristar and just install Aladdin onto it.
Yeah, and like that game would cost 99 cents, or you're getting a $30 game with it.
Yeah. So if Manchester United wins that, then it's probably going to open the door for companies like Disney to start doing lawsuits.
Well, to be fair, if you are like if you want to play Aladdin, you don't go to the Steam store. You go to the fucking many
Underground ROM
of the
sites.
yeah, and you just download an emulator and just play it. So I don't think that this is going to be an issue because if you are paying money for a restart to play Aladdin, like Sega is happy because you are actually paying them instead of fucking going to a ROM site. So they are still winning even if you are pirating Aladdin over restart. I don't see the issue with pirating as long as it isn't. No, I don't see the issue. I think piracy should stay because if you like a franchise and you want to support it, you will buy their games. But if you pay for something and you see that it's shit, then you feel fucking scammed. I think that people should be able to pirate the games.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a line that can't be crossed. I feel like once companies, well, because then if everyone is starting to pirate games, then it can really ruin companies. But I see your
Yeah, smaller ones, but the issues always come up with the bigger companies. They are the ones that always keep moaning about it. But in the end, they are not losing money. They are actually winning more and more users because in the end, someone that pirates a game and likes the game, they're going to support the franchise in the future. It's an investment for the future.
Yeah, I mean, like Factorio. Factorio is extremely easy to pirate, but it's so good, and it's kind of there's incentive. You can't if you have a pirated version of Factorio, you can't use mods, and you have to reinstall it every time you want to update it. So, and the game is good enough where you pirate it and then you eventually buy it. It's just so good.
Yeah, and there's people that just can't buy the games. If they are playing it, it's just that's one step forward. So
I haven't been paying much attention to Legacy. I heard they've been posting pages on their Twitter, but I haven't been really keeping up to it.
I don't know. And I don't keep up with Legacy either. Nothing against it, I'm just not interested. Have you guys been reading the Ideal comics?
I haven't been reading IDW because just haven't. But the question is, Flynn really as bad as people say? Because I read his work on Mega Man and he seems alright.
He's not bad. It's just...
Even if he's not just perfect, he at least seems passable.
Yeah, he's not bad. It's just the problem is that the stuff, like, you know, it's the same plot and the same story that's been going on for like feels like 6 months. But
Zombot has been taking an overly long amount of time.
Oh, way too long. It's like it's so, and you just get
like 20 issues.
And then the delays don't help either.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a mix of things that make the comic look bad. It's like Sonny said, it's the delays, and also the fact that Flynn, like he tried to make high stakes from the beginning, before establishing the world, and now it all feels just so dragged out because you don't have a good established world.
It was obvious since the goddamn start that there wouldn't be any consequences because so the main characters started dropping like flies, so it's obvious that they're just gonna hit some reset button.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but
I don't know how
the
they're going to
biggest
solve
thing
it.
you said was that like this is only the second arc.
Whoa, bro! That just unhappened. Did you see how that happened? Well, it just no longer happened. Trauma? High stakes? What are those?
Yeah, but I think what is I think the biggest point of what Axe said was this is only like the second arc and he's already doing this world apocalypse thing. Like there's literally, I mean, this would be something you bring in like after the 100th issue. Like this doesn't feel like this feels a too.
You're still technically trying to rope people in. You just don't go balls to the walls like this early on.
Yeah, I sometimes compare it to how Fleetway was doing it. Like, for example, they were starting to the first 10 issues were like random stories, like the ones Slashy always says that he wants to make like every comic their own contained story and the world is not affected and stuff like that. Where the first like 15 comics were like that, and then they slowly started to set up a world. Like they started to make
gradual tone.
Yeah, for the like I think it was the 12th issue or something like that. They set it up so Eggman took over the world and shit, and so they were now the resistance, you know, the freedom fighters. And that was an issue I don't know, about issue 15 for example, and that went on until issue 100, and then in issue 100 Eggman finally fell down from the power. So it is
Humpty Dumpty had a big fall.
Yeah, but you have to like build it up, because if you go, like he said, balls to the walls at the start, it feels rushed and you don't have the emotional attachment to those characters. Like, people don't really care that much that Charmy died. Only they care because you know Charmy from the games. But you haven't seen Charmy do anything in the comics until he died. Like, he just showed up for that one part when they were with Mr. Thinker, and that he was a good guy and stuff like that. And they just disappeared after that. So it would have been nice to have a build up to all the characters that died, and so you have to care for them. The only death that mattered, or something like that, it was the one from Vector, because you care for Vector, because Vector actually you saw how he felt with Charmy. You didn't have a development for Charmy, but you had one for Vector, and then you felt the Tangle's death because you had a development, even if it was short, but you had a development with Tangle because of the minicomic. So if you don't have that, it just doesn't work. It doesn't have the impact that you want it to have. And I think that's the problem with Flynn. He likes to set up these big arcs, but he didn't plan it through this time, and that is why it went wrong.
So when did they say that what's the other girl's name? Evan Stanley, I believe.
Yeah.
When did they say that she's gonna, like, I guess, debut as the writer?
After this, after the Sunbot saga ends, she's going to be the main writer, I think. Still going to take notes from Flynn, and Flynn is going to do the side story, the bad guys.
Right.
Do you think Evan's gonna be any different?
I don't know.
I think it is going to be different, but like we have to wait and see. We can't tell.
Definitely.
Because I think they all still make it like a collective decision. So even if like Flynn would want more of like constant action-packed stories and unless like I guess slice of life, for lack of better explanation. They still have to
Right.
agree on it.
Something like that, yes. I think that Evan is going to have more decision power in it, but she's going to consult it with Flynn. Yeah, I think the story will have more like slice of life, like you said, because that's how her comic is. But in the end, I don't know how much it is going to impact on the comic. I just hope that they don't end up fighting or something like that, because Flynn, having been on the writer's main chair for so long, maybe he has some ego behind him. I don't know. So I don't know if they are going to end up agreeing on our terms. That's going to be interesting to see.
So have you run out of things to talk about for tonight?
We've been going for 1 hour and 32 minutes.
Wasn't there going to be a VR chat tonight?
Yeah, I guess. I think it's more
Think
at
they said
7.
always
after this, maybe?
I've always been meaning to go to a VR chat, but I've just been holding it off.
Doesn't hurt to try.
I don't know. Yeah, like she said, it doesn't hurt to try.
There hasn't been one in like 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, so it really is. Someone needs to do it if they want it to continue.
I think someone...
Anyway, I took a break from sthg because I got banned.
That sucks.
It didn't suck, it was more a breath of fresh air. I found that getting off Vulture and actually kind of helped me just get in a better headspace.
That's good, that's
Good to
good.
hear that.
Posting on sthg is fun, but taking a break is also fun.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I know how you feel. I've been away from Netflix
Anyway, do you want to know why I got
for some
banned?
time. Why did you get banned?
Yeah.
Because someone said that Americans were waking up, and I just posted something with a guy on Int making fun of life in America, and I got banned for off topic.
Well, I don't know about that.
Just a couple days, right?
Yeah, that's not
It was
much.
3 days. I believe 3 days is the shortest ban.
Alright.
Well, it's good you got some fresh air.
Yeah.
Don't you guys get banned over VPN stuff, even if you don't have one?
Yeah.
I get that a lot of times. Like, I don't use a VPN or anything, and I get banned, and the shitty thing about that is that this ban lasts months,
Yeah.
and I don't know why they keep doing
The
that.
biggest ban I've ever got is a single month ban for saying that I was 6 months old.
Well, this VPN ban, I remember that it was like 3 months or something like that.
3 months, that's a long time.
Yeah, and well,
A 3 month Franny Janny vacation.
yeah, but if you like try to appeal to it, most times they reject your appeal, but make the ban last less, last like a week or something like that. But I don't know why they keep doing this like incorrect ban things. when they could be banning fucking shitposting and spam bots.
I guess it's kind of winding down right now.
What is the thread talking about?
Africa, Mexico, Sicily, Tijuana, India, Osaka, Indonesia.
Oh, someone is just trying to be antagonistic on purpose.
Can I say a Sonic quote that?
Right.
Can I say a Sonic quote that currently fits what's going on in the world?
Sure thing.
Looks like those black creatures really mean dip business.
I should have seen
Those
that.
black
coming.
creatures really mean beam.
I can't speak English. I have you know English good.
I should have seen that one coming. Wait, you don't speak English? What's your main language?
I do speak English. I was just making fun of myself for being a fuck up.
Ah, okay. So you have no excuse. English is not my main language, and I speak it perfectly.
Yeah, I have no excuse for just messing up on my words.
Drive-ins are still a thing.
What?
Drive-in theaters.
Oh yeah, that's where Moviesburg went.
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to be here for the podcast because he was going to go to the drive-in.
Well, he joined for like 5 seconds and then he left.
Right. He said he wasn't.
He's committed
Yeah.
to every episode.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Sonic game?
Whew. That's a tough question. You know, if I had to pick a top 3, it would be Sonic Adventure first, 3 and Knuckles second, and oh fuck, I don't know about the third. I really liked Unleashed.
My top.
But I also like Mania, so it's a tie between the two.
My top 3 is probably
Okay.
Heroes, 3,
Try
and
safe.
Knuckles, and Adventure 2.
Mine would be maybe CD, Adventure 1, and Unleashed.
Unleashed.
Yeah, man, Unleashed is the shit, man.
Yeah.
I had the PS2 version. It was awesome, dude. I loved it.
Oh, I had the PS2 version as well. I had all
Nice.
those games on PS2.
Very nice.
I
I don't care what the people say that the PS2 version is inferior. Fuck them.
Yeah, I keep on hearing that. I don't know how. Like, it's bad shading, I guess.
They say that it's a texture thing. I don't know. How can you fucking notice that? It doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
So how long until the the shit poster starts shitting on the podcast as well?
But already
They've already
It won't be
started.
very long. Probably already did it.
I think it may just be Mimic Fag or his more likely
Episode
it's one of
3
his
had
wannabes.
Mimic.
Because there's a surprising amount of people who really want to be like Mimic Fag.
Yeah, I guess people just want to troll and laugh and shit.
Something I found somewhat funny is that accent guy had a mimic picture while
Yeah, I
his
noticed.
the guy who was pretty much his idol, who I'm guessing because of the mimic picture, just insulted him anyway.
Yeah, I wish accent guy would come back. He was like he was the first guy. I want him to come back, but I think he got maybe he like became self-aware or something. But I want him to come back.
Gary, come home.
Oh, by the way, did you guys hear me scream at ask my dad to drive safe? No?
No, I don't think
I
so.
heard that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. We're at 1 minute and 42 minutes. Or wait, 1 hour and 42 minutes. So it's been going on for a good amount of time. Where is it at where everyone is? I know it's like 3 a.m. where Spinball is. I know it's like 5, or you said it was like it's probably like 11.
It's currently 2:42.
It's like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
where Axe is. What about you?
9:42 p.m.
9:42.
Mhm. It's at night right now.
Sorry, what was that?
It's at night right now.
We've actually gone. I know you guys can't hear the music, but it's actually gone through the whole playlist.
I can't hear it.
Yeah, I know. You can't hear it, but
Oh, I thought that you.
Is Instrumental Pumpkin Hill in there?
no, it isn't. But I'll add it right now.
Yeah, it should be. I thought that you added the music afterwards. I didn't knew that you were playing it
No,
while recording.
I'm too lazy to do that because then I would have to
Yeah.
change audio files too many times.
It saves time, I guess.
Because OBS saves them as I don't know why I'm using OBS. It doesn't really make a lot of sense because I'm not recording video. But it saves them as
Right.
MKVs files, and if I wanted to go to Audacity, it would be WAV files, and then for YouTube it'd be MP4s.
Anyway, I make music, but I'm not going to share any because it's linked because I posted on my main account.
You can show it on the podcast. It counts as a project. So if you want to give me a link, I'll put it in the description. I mean, you don't have to like sing it out for us, but you can just.
I'd rather not because it's associated to my main account.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Makes sense.
That's true. Hey, I wonder, can you guys access the Boru?
I've been to the ball.
Because I haven't been able to. I don't know why. It says that the site is online, but I can't reach it.
It's working perfectly fine for me.
That's fine.
Yeah, it must be a region thing. I don't know.
I can get to the ball.
Oh
I
shit!
just don't go in often.
It's just me then. Fuck. I usually
check it right now. Actually,
I usually check it because even if I don't like if I'm not in the threads and shit, but I check it anyway. I like seeing new art of Sage and stuff. I know that they keep uploading stuff from the server too, so that's neat.
What is
What is this Sonic Network land that one guy keeps suggesting?
What are you talking about?
There's a guy in the thread that has been suggesting that we should play Sonic Network
Network
land.
Land?
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah.
It's probably Slashy.
Yeah, he always wants
did.
people to play games.
He posted it in the Discord for the other podcast.
Marine is cute.
What are you? What are you guys gonna have, or what did you guys have for dinner? Because most of you had most of you it's already the next day.
Just had
So,
chili.
You had chili.
Mhm.
Oh, was it spicy?
Crackers. Wasn't too spicy.
my salsa makes all the pretty girls want to dance and take off their rundle pants. My salsa makes all the pretty girls want to dance and take off their rundle pants. My salsa.
Yeah, salsa's pretty good.
Nice. I had pizza.
Pizza, wow.
Wow, amazing.
But the trick with chili is to undercook the onions. That's the secret.
Why?
To taste better, because then it cooks fully in the pot.
No, that would make sense.
I don't think I ever had chili.
It's a Midwest classic.
What do you think happened to Mom Thrower?
He's probably still in the threads. I don't know. I don't think like someone like that ever goes.
Mom Thrower was from V.
Well, I don't know anything. I mean, I would assume someone of that caliber would be in sthg as well.
Well, for all we know, he could be probably fucking dead. So, how old is that bastard? Like,
I really hope he got his problems sorted.
I hope he
He grows up to be an outstanding citizen.
All right,
He's
yeah.
probably blew his brains out by now because of V making fun of him.
No. Let's think positive. Let's say that
Let's say that it was.
he's in good terms with his family now. Let's just leave it at that.
Let's say that and not look further into it. I don't want to see kiwi farms.
He enjoys every single ship now.
Amen.
I wonder what the threads are gonna be like when the actual next game gets announced, or there's anything about the next game. I hope it's as
It'll
chaotic.
be very fast. It'll probably be as fast as the last game.
With Mania.
Was it Mania? Or was it Forces? It could be. Actually, no. It could be more.
The last few
I'm
weeks have been the fastest that I've seen the general go. Like the last few months have been the fastest that I've seen the general go because of the pandemic.
I'm fairly new fag, so
Because Oops, sorry.
What was the place like? What was the place like when Mania and Forces were released?
I keep hearing that it's like a turning point. I don't even remember if I was there during that time. But I heard it was like a turning point where like a swarm of new people came in. Because I remembered like, what was it? The census. They said maybe like 20 or 30% of people came around that time, which was about 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. Right after Mania Plus.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like those censuses, or those polls, like a lot of the answers that a lot of their a lot of their findings, they get like posted once and they're never reposted, so it's kind of hard to figure out. It's I don't know, a lot of they should be reposted more often, because a lot of times you get these polls. It's like an important poll, but and then it just never shows up again, or like nothing comes
Oh, I'm
out of it.
sorry. I could try
Yeah.
to post it again. I think I didn't. I was trying to get like a better quality of it because I wanted it to be like at least like one picture, like one clean picture, but I didn't want it to. I think I didn't want it to, I guess, mess up.
Right. Well, it's probably also on the board. I think it was uploaded as well when the census happened. So you can probably find it there as well.
Let's see.
Mm.
I'll be right back.
The podcast might not be on when you come back.
Yeah, I feel like we're both leaving right now. Oh, he's gone. But yeah, I think this is it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's good having you, Anon Spindle. You were like the first one in here. I hope I see you again. It's good to have you, new
Kind of
Anon.
fun.
Yeah.
I just like discussing Sonic, and with the threads being just a shit posting free for all, it's kind of nice to have this to rely on.
Definitely.
Even if it just comes around like 2 times a week, I'm still glad for it.
Yep. And to you, new Anon, it's great having you here. Yeah, I
Thank
don't
you.
recognize your voice, so maybe you're the Southern Cowboy Hat, probably not, but come again. Hope to see you next week.
Okay.
To Axe, he's not here. He's getting a drink or something, but I hope he comes again. Be great to have him.
Let's just discuss until he gets back, and then we'll end it.
Yeah, well, actually, it'd probably be pretty shitty just to leave without him. So we'll wait a little bit.
I know. Don't leave him in the garden.
Yeah, I'm sure you know that best.
Don't just drift away from it. Drift away.
Of course. I guess we'll just do some blitz questions. So, Spindle and on. What's your favorite cartoon? Just note, it doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be Sonic related. You can both answer. Actually. You can both answer. You don't. It doesn't have to be just Spindle.
Oh,
The thing I've been watching most recently is just Family Guy.
What about you, other non?
I haven't been watching too much right now, but I'll just say like my favorite Sonic cartoon is Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
You prefer it over the other one? The one that came out at the same time?
Sat AM.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I definitely prefer it over Sad AM.
And then there's Underground, which is basically just the weird brother of the three. Hey,
Is
Yeah.
he back?
I think
All right.
All
There
right.
he is.
We're
Anyway,
ending.
we're
Wait a
probably
minute.
just... Anyway,
What?
since you've come back, we didn't just want to end it without you, so
So,
we
Oh,
were
okay.
waiting for you to come back.
uh,
Sorry, but
Okay.
we're ending. So,
well,
sorry.
I hope you come back. I hope you come back next week, Axe. It was good.
Hopefully I can catch Friday this time.
Yeah, you don't have to wake
It,
up unnecessarily early.
it will be difficult for you considering the time zones. Yeah.
Yeah, he woke up today at like 6 because he thought he was going to catch the Friday one because he thought today was Friday.
No.
Aw.
But
No.
it turns out
No, dude.
I thought today was Friday.
No, man, that sucks.
When I checked the calendar online, I was just shocked to see that it was Saturday. Hey, and technically now it's Sunday.
That sucks, dude. Well, you made it to this one at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
you were
Well.
super prepared. You were 12 hours early. All right. Does anyone have anything to shill? Any like links I should put in the description or
I can show my accounts, I guess.
post them?
My DeviantArt is
Just post them in the Hangouts chat.
Let's see, DeviantArt /12watts.
Shout outs to Simple Flips.
Awesome. What about you, New England? Do you have anything?
No.
All right.
So, I think that's it.
I need to post something.
DeviantArt.com/throwableaxe. All right. Okay.
All right, folks. It was bomb.
All right. I'm glad you all came here. I hope you come next time.
Thank you for having us.
Sayonara. Adios.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Adios, amigo.